What is going on, everybody? My name is Mario and welcome! It's a new season in Modern Warfare, and as it is with every season, we've got new weapons with Season 5. Which means that I get to make some brand new best class setup videos, the first of which I'm actually gonna cover in this video here today, and it's all about the new ISO SMG. As I've said in the beginning, the ISO is a new weapon added to the game within the free Season 5 Battle Pass, unlocked at tier 15, so it shouldn't take you too long to get the gun. Now first off, I will talk about the class setup itself. Later on in the video, I'll give you my general opinion on the ISO, so make sure you stick around until the very end, because there's gonna be some very important things coming up later after the attachments. Starting things off with the very first attachment. By the way, they're in no particular order, and keep in mind that you have to rank up the weapon to unlock all these attachments I'm gonna be talking about. The FSS Revolution Barrel is what we will build this class around, because the FSS gives us some amazing pros that make the ISO so much better. As you can see, we're getting improved damage range, bullet velocity, and recoil control. In short, the FSS Revolution makes the weapon a lot better and a lot more viable at longer ranges by improving the damage at range and also making it more accurate. Considering the ISO is an SMG and therefore best at short to medium ranges, it's so important to make the most out of those damage range and bullet velocity stats. One not so amazing thing about the ISO is its magazine size, because the standard mag only fits 20 bullets. And 20 bullets with a pretty high fire rate, you're gonna burn through pretty freaking quickly. So our solution is gonna be a pretty simple one, and that's the 30 round mags. Not much to add here, as it's just giving us 10 more bullets in a mag, so we don't have to reload all the freaking time. Speaking of not wanting to reload all the freaking time though, the 30 round mags are great, but I wasn't completely happy with the entire reload situation, cause I was still getting killed way too many times while reloading. I also didn't want to make the jump to the 50 round drums, so I added the weapon perk Sleight of Hand, which makes the reloads a lot faster and the entire reload situation a lot easier to handle. And now if you've watched best class setup videos from yours truly before, you'll pretty much know what's next. The thing is, as good as all these attachments might be, they all come with some downsides that can't be ignored. So with 3 of 5 attachments, we pretty much focused on actually improving the gun in its weak areas, and now we're gonna use attachments 4 and 5 to counter all those downsides from the ones we have equipped. Number 4 is gonna be the F-Tac Elite ISO Grip. It essentially works like the stippled grip tape from other weapons, as it improves aim down sight speed and sprint to fire speed. Those two, I say it all the time, are some of the most important stats of every gun. And now a quick explanation as to why I went with the F-Tac Elite. If you take a look at the cons of the FSS Revolution Barrel as well as the 30 round mags that we have equipped, you'll see that they make the ISO slower, hence the minus ADS speed and movement speed. And that's terrible, because if you don't get your gun up faster than your enemy, there's a good chance that you're gonna die. Which is why the F-Tac Elite is so good, because it's gonna bring our mobility and speed stats all the way back up. The same thing goes for the 5th and final attachment, the F-Tac Vagrant Stock. Once again improving our ADS speed, giving us all our lost mobility back, and maybe even slightly more than that. And hold up, I'll throw an overview of all the attachments on screen now, but we're not quite done yet. Because this time with this class setup, the secondary does actually matter. It's really quite a big deal actually. Here's the thing, for the secondary I want you to choose a 9mm pistol. That can either be the M19 or the Renetti. Whether or not the pistol is a 9mm you can see in this text box thingy up here. The one key thing I want you to equip on this pistol is the weapon perk Fully Loaded, which allows you to spawn in with a full ammo capacity. The other attachments for the pistol I'll leave completely up to you, it doesn't really matter all that much. Now why is Fully Loaded so important? You see, the ISO is a 9mm weapon as well. Therefore, the ISO will actually share an ammo pool with the pistol, because they're both 9mm weapons. As a result, you're gonna have a full ammo pool on both the ISO and the pistol. That's a fantastic strategy you should take advantage of, because this way you will most likely not run out of ammo, you won't need to run scavenger, and you'll have a free perk spot. Speaking of perks, the rest of the class setup is up to you completely. If you want to know about my full class, it will be on screen now. My perks are Cold-Blooded, Ghost and Spotter, my lethal of choice is the C4 and the tactical is the Stim. And finally, my field upgrade is Dead Silence. Guys, that has been my brand new class setup for the also brand new ISO. Please try it out for yourself, play around with it, switch out attachments, do your thing. After all, this is simply my opinion only. When it comes to the ISO in general and where I think it sort of falls, I think it definitely is not one of the best guns in the game. It honestly can't really compete with the current meta weapons. I would still easily choose the MP5 or the MP7 over the ISO. But still, it's not a terrible weapon at all. I'm having fun using it for sure, it feels good, I can actually hit some really long range shots with it, which is kind of surprising to me. But yeah, all in all, I enjoy using it, I think you will too. However, it's just not the most competitive weapon in the game. Now, as I'm starting to wrap things up, please make sure that you hit that like button if you did enjoy, and also let me know in the comments down below what you think of the class setup. I feel like most of you could really do some pretty good stuff with it. And as a side note, my best class setup video for the AN94 should be coming next week. I'm leveling up the weapon right now, so the class setup and the video should be finished sometime next week. If you're interested in that and even more Call of Duty content, then you should definitely subscribe. If you want to catch and follow me outside of YouTube, the links to my socials are of course, as always, in the description down below. That is Level Up Mario on both Twitter and Instagram. Guys, thank you all so much for watching, thanks for all the support, I really appreciate it, and of course, I will see you very soon.